Okay, I think we're live here. I'm hoping my sound is working this time. I see a little green light going up and down, so that's good. And I switched, I did a little test, and it turns out my new computer somehow doesn't broadcast sound here. So I'm back, pulled out the old clunky computer, which does have the advantage of an Ethernet port, so I can plug in directly to my Wi-Fi, because we're not, this is Maine. We're not so wild about the high bandwidth stuff as some of the rest of y'all. I'm just gonna cross my eyes here while I'm toggling over so I can get up the alternative chat panel, because somehow I've had trouble. And I'm gonna see if I can get the pop out chat, because I know that's been helpful. I'm probably making a funny face for you all. Pop out chat, great. Let me get out of this so I'm not using up my bandwidth by talking to you all. There we go. Okay. So hopefully you should see something in the chat box, and hopefully you should see and hear me. And please type something in and let me know if any of that's not working. I'm a better fiddle player than I am a technological whiz. So you're just going to have to handle it. Alrighty. Oh, and let me scoot the camera around so you can see more of my left hand and my nice homemade solar dryer. That's what's over here. With some racks. I haven't used it this year. We'll see. Maybe I'll get some motivation. So speaking of motivation, I've been off here. I'll just lean back so I can see you all, or you can see my eyes. I've been off for the last 2 weeks until last Friday, so I guess I've been home for almost a week. But at Maine Fiddle Camp over in Montville, which is always a blast every year, and just really marvelous players, fiddle and other instruments, and marvelous student players, and marvelous people just diving in and teaching themselves or learning there how to play this music on a bunch of different instruments. And it's always really, really fun and really inspiring to see how hard people are working and how much fun they're having playing, and meeting a lot of great players and old friends. And I highly recommend it for anybody who's never been there. I know a bunch of you have. The website is mainfiddle.org. And it's over for 2017, but they'll be back with camps in June and in August in 2018. And I'm always there, and it's always a blast. So highly recommended. And I thought that maybe what I would do is play through some of the tunes that I taught this year at camp to the different groups that I worked with. I thought that might be fun. It looks like there's somebody maybe in and out here. Hello, if you're there. Lovely to sort of see you. I can't see who you are, but I'm glad you're here. So let me just unfurl my list, because my family was visiting earlier this week, and they said, "Oh, how was fiddle camp?" And I said a lot about the second week, and they said, "Oh, and how was the first week?" I had a great time. I know I had great students, and I was able to recall information, but I was so fully in the second week that the first week felt like it had happened in June. So I was like a little struggling a little bit to call up the exact details of the first week. But I have, evidence that it happened right here. And I had a lovely time. So let's see. First week, I taught a bunch of fun little tunes. And by the way, feel free to interrupt me with your questions, because that's what this is really about. But I'll just throw some tunes out there. And some of these I have made or will make lessons for. Some of them are more modern tunes, I think. Well, not too many of these ones. Some of them I may have played for you before, but I just was thinking, okay, what do I want to address tonight if I don't have any questions? And this is what occurred to me. So the first tune I'll play for you is an Irish tune that I just learned from a piper friend, Chris Gray, who lives on Mount Desert Island here in Maine. And it's called the 7-Step Polka, though to both of us it sounds more like a barn dance maybe than a polka, but a lovely little Irish tune, really short, little quick tune that I can hopefully remember how it starts. It's in G. There was also, apropos of this moment, a really great skit at Fiddle Camp involving tune names that was very cleverly done, and sort of playing with the fact that you can often remember either the tune or its name, and sometimes not both at the same time. Starts a little bit like Lucy Farr's Barn Dance. There it is. Let's try that again. So there it is, the 7-Step Polka. It's a funny little tune because the A part is so short and quick, and then the B part happens twice, and it's also kind of quick, but it just zips right along. So these are all, I'll start with all the tunes that I did with my primary group. Most of the fiddle groups at camp at the intermediate and advanced levels have a primary instructor, and then each day for one period during the week-long camps have a visiting instructor. And the weekend camps work a little bit differently, but so I'll start with all those tunes, and then we'll visit some of the tunes I did with my other groups during the week. Though I played Stam Willum for many of you before, and I think on one of these live broadcast office hours, and that was my tune of the week the first week in August. I just was teaching it to everybody, and we had a really fun time, and all played it at the very end of the last camper concert, and surrounded everyone and had a great time. So that there will be fewer tunes in our week one kind of list. Let's see. We also worked on Tamlin, which the kids that I was working with really wanted to learn. Which I'm also There it is. Almost. There it is. Okay. The other one. There's two tunes that sort of start similarly. One is Tamlin. And the other is real Montebello, which is the same idea, but starts a string up. And sometimes Tamlin is played more like that. But okay, now I'll stop talking about the other tune and I'll just play Tamlin. So it's another Irish tune, a reel. Tamlin. And then the other tune that I taught my primary group was Stam Willum, and I taught it to many of the other groups as well. And I'll play that. So this is, again, it's a Danish tune. I think I've played it here before, that I learned from my dear friend Adam's Carney. He goes by sometimes other parts of his name. Get in there instead of Carney. He's, anyways, I don't need to tell you all about Adams and his names, but he's a good friend from Fiddle Camp, who's been a real pleasure to get to know over the many years that we've both been coming. So I ran into him in Augusta, Maine, playing for a dance over there this winter, and that's where I learned when and where I learned this tune and heard it for the first time. It is a really, really nice tune, and I've enjoyed teaching it to everybody. So here's Stam Willum. I love that tune. I think it's so beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna play a couple of other tunes that my group played this first week in August Fiddle Camp, because I realized I can also send them later the link for this video, and not only will then they have some audio files from me that I'm going to send them, but then they can have a video of all the tunes, and that might be really handy. So I'm just going to keep playing camp tunes. So the next couple of tunes I'm going to play are actually ones that other instructors taught to my group, and tunes that I also know are common standard repertoire. So one of them was a Scottish jig called the Athol Highlanders, which is a favorite tune of mine. And I'm really glad that, let's see, I can't remember if it was Ellen Goller or Katie Newell who taught it to my group, but really a favorite tune of mine. So. Let's see. Another tune that was taught to my group was Kitchen Girl. tune, Kitchen Girl. And then the last tune that I think my group learned was The Dancing Bear, which is a modern composition by Bob McQuillen, who's a great piano player and accordion player and tune composer from New Hampshire, Peterborough, New Hampshire, is where he lived when I knew him at the end of his life. That's a favorite learning tune for a lot of people. The Dancing Bear. Come on, Julia. This is good. Good practice to recall a bunch of tunes on the spot. Oh, there it is. I do have a lesson video for that one. I believe that is still up and about. It could be I took it down because it was copyrighted. This could be I left it up because I figured Bob McQuillen wouldn't mind and liked to have that tune spread around. So can't remember if it's actually still up there or not. So now I'll play a few tunes that I taught to other groups that I visited during the first week of August Fiddle Camp at Maine Fiddle Camp. And one is a Swedish tune called Gladløten, which I've heard translated as the happy making tune, which it really is. It's in the key of A, really bright and beautiful Polska. I seem to have lost my viewer. I'm a little paranoid that I've lost the sound again like I did last week, or last month, year. I was stuck somewhere in between there. So I'm just going to check, make sure I haven't gotten emails from people being like, I can't hear you. So I'm just a little paranoid since it didn't work the last time. Okay, I'm not seeing it there. That's good. Just make sure I don't see it here. Wow, haven't looked at the mail on my computer here since November of 2016. So this is probably going to be a bad idea. Just going to quit because it's probably going to take a long time to load things. And I'm not seeing anything here. I'm just going to peek at Patreon. Make sure I don't have messages there. I hope the sound is working. And I hope everybody's just busy because it's August and summer and they're having a great time. And we'll have more stuff coming up in the school year, I guess. And I'm wondering if next summer we should just do a hiatus from these, since viewing has definitely gone down over the summer, and I think everybody's just busy. So, all right, well, this is taking its own sweet time to load. I'll pop back over here in a minute. But I will, in the meantime, play the next tune that I taught, actually that same group of advanced kids at Fiddle Camp, which is Highlanders Farewell, which is an old-time tune. There it is, Highlanders Farewell. And again, I'm gonna, oh, it's not wanting to load Patreon either. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna trust that you all can see and hear me. And we're just gonna go with that. And I've only got another 20 minutes left to broadcast anyway. So if I'm broadcasting to nobody, I'm having a great time. And none of you can hear me say that. I taught one more tune in the first week of August at Fiddle Camp, which was the Norway Schottische, which is another slightly more modern tune. And it was written by a main fiddler named Mellie Dunham. who was most active, as I understand it, in the I think 20s and 30s, and lived in Norway, Maine. This is called Norway Schottish, and is presumably called after Norway, Maine, rather than Norway, the country in Europe. So, really simple little tune that has really grown on me. At first, I wasn't wild about it, and then I think I was learning it from sheet music, and sometimes I don't like tunes when I learn from sheet music, and then I get the groove or hear somebody else play them, and I think, oh, I really like that tune. So here it is. Okay, so that's the week 1 tunes. Let's see what I have on my list here for the second week. Second week I didn't teach Stam Willum at all, so that meant I taught some other tunes. So I got a little bit of a longer list. I'll see if I can get through them all. Here we go. Uh-oh, I didn't write down. Oh, I lied too. I did teach Stam Willum. Look at that. I don't remember doing that. Oops. And I didn't write down what I taught the last group. Goodness. I know we reviewed a tune that they had learned, and I feel like I did teach them something else, but I don't seem to remember what it is, and I didn't write it down. Shoot. Maybe it'll come to me as I'm playing all these other tunes. So I know the first tune I taught my main group was a Swedish Schottis, or Schottish, called Johan på loftet, of Lars Gustavsson. So my Swedish isn't that great, but it's by Lars Gustavsson, and it is another really happy tune. I also taught Le Voyage, which is a Quebec tune. I taught more Quebec tunes this second week. Sounds like this. It's a modal tune. I'm running it low on time, so I'm just going to have to keep playing these tunes and just play them twice. So I'm going to try and get through all of them. Let's see. The only other tune that I taught to my group, I played in cross tuning. So, or actually, we did it in standard tuning. So maybe I'll do it. It's better in cross tuning. I'll wait and I'll do it in cross tuning with another tune that I did in cross tuning. So. Let's see, tunes that other people taught to my group. This lovely tune, Real à Robin, which Claude Méthé wrote and taught to my group, and I have played previously. Also in A. Okay, there's one. And Kitty lie over. What would you do if you married a soldier? Or what would I do if I married a soldier? Something like that. Those are words that can go with it. And then Le Tourment, which is another modern tune. Oh, shoot. It's a jig. Oh, there's the B part, which is often played as the A part. In New England, this tune is typically played with the parts reversed and in G rather than in C compared to the original composition. And I'm forgetting off the top of my head who wrote it. Another Quebec composer. Oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue, but I'm not coming up with it. There it is. Whew, I found the tune anyways. Okay, a few more tunes, and I'm going to squeeze in here what people in Maine call All the Way to Galway, or Galway Belle is actually the more proper name, I guess. I sometimes play it in A minor, but I'm going to play it here in E minor, which is more correct, actually, for the larger world of people who play this tune, and also the way I taught it at camp. Uh-oh. Okay, now in E minor. Okay, and Green's Hans Jäspödspolska, another Swedish polska. I could play that one for the rest of the night. But more tunes, and I still can't remember what tune I taught to the Canada Geese. Sorry, Canada Geese, on that second week. So I'm just going to go to cross tuning. And play these last couple of tunes that I taught in cross A tuning, A, E, A, E. So raising the bottom two strings of the fiddle up. So to my group, I taught this first tune in standard tuning. It's more traditional, and I like it better in cross tuning. I also often really love to play Kitchen Girl in cross tuning. The fingering doesn't really change, but you can do more droney things. So I'll play two more tunes in cross tuning. One is called Rabastan, Avila, Leblanc. I learned it from the playing of Guy Bouchard, taught to me many years ago in Quebec. And it's a lovely tune. I can't stop playing that one. But I did just remember what I taught the Canada Geese, which is because somebody was reading Cold Mountain, I taught them, shoot, what is it called? It's written by somebody because of the name of the tune in Cold Mountain. And I think I've made a video for it before. Cherokee Trail. I'm going to write that on my list here while I'm remembering. Written by John Herrmann. And I used to have a video for it out, but that might be one that I took down because of copyright concerns. Anyways, I will play this other cross tune, A tune for you, and then I'll play Cherokee Trail since I've remembered what it was. I'm so proud of myself. The tune I'm about to play, I taught in A cross tuning, but I learned it in G cross tuning, GD, GD, same fingering and everything, but just tuned down a whole step. And I really actually like it down there, but I'm going to play it in A because I'm already in A. Remembered I didn't teach that tune. I taught the tune I wrote to go with it, which is called Sledding Down the Mountain. That one I think is Up and Over the Mountain, if I'm correct. But then you get a bonus tune. And what I played that for the class, and then I ended up teaching the slightly simpler tune that I wrote called Sledding Down the Mountain to go with that first tune, which is this. Okay, and now I'll go back down in standard tuning. And I'll finish off the Cherokee Trail. The violin sounds so much better than fiddle camp because it's not 150% humidity. Ah, lovely. Even though my strings need changing. Maybe I should do a string changing demonstration. That is actually a really good idea. Okay, see if I can remember that. Here's Cherokee Trail by John Herrmann. Last tune I'll play for tonight. And we'll say goodnight until next time. I can't think of a better way to end this month. So I think I've made up a date for September, so keep posted, Patreon people, and you will find that in our messages. Thank you again for all your support of free fiddle lessons. I'm excited to be pushing some more videos out into the world now that some busy summer is over. And I appreciate everybody's support and everybody for playing the fiddle and helping others to do the same. So have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time.